I'm King Gerald Jones, and this is the Thousand Bodies Podcast, and we are, excuse me, we're live. I'm King Gerald Jones, and this is the Thousand Bodies Podcast. Today, we're going to talk about my bodies sleeping with over 1,000 women, and we're going to use the body bowl to do so. But before we get into anything, we're going to start with body talk. What body talk is when you guys, the fans, send in questions, you might send in comments or whatnot. But there was one specific one that I received this week, and I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to comment on it. And to be honest with you, it kind of threw me off. So that's why out of all the comments and questions, this one stood out the most. So I'm going to go with this one. I received this in my email, the 100 Bodies Podcast email, and it was titled Attempt, hence attempt. So this is what she will remain nameless. We're going to keep her name out to protect the guilty. This is what she emailed me. Can we share our encounter where we didn't do nothing because you couldn't provide your clean bill of health, and then you wanted me to suck you raw, but I don't suck with no condom, and you dropped me off on the corner and left me. Now, when I first received this email, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a joke because I didn't remember doing this. But at the same time, it did sound like something I said or have done. Like, for example, maybe dropping her off or telling her to give me oral. Those kind of sounded like some things after she said we weren't going to participate in sex. So that does sound like something I would have did. But I could not place this person, and I was looking, looking. I'm trying to catch clues, and maybe for a good 30 minutes, I was thinking like, and I wanted to say initially she was lying because the bill of health is what threw me off. But it did sound like some things I would do. So I'm thinking, and maybe it took me 30 minutes to finally realize who this girl was. And it all clicked. And I remember. And to be honest with you, everything she said in the letter was not a lie. It was the truth. From the bill of health to me asking her to give me oral, to her saying she's not only sucked with protection, and me dropping her off. All of those took place, but I had to remember what time this took place, and it was in 2013. So it kind of threw me off because I was on a whole other thinking process. But like I said, everything she said matched. So I wanted to address her letter. Because true, the actual words that were put in this email were true. But I think the narrative that she was trying to give was a little tainted. And I'll explain, and I only could give my perspective of what I was thinking, just like she did hers. And sometimes, it's not that someone might be lying or something might be untrue. It might just be the perception or the perspective. So I guess I can understand her perspective when she was saying, oh, you couldn't provide a clean bill of health. Now, I will say this before I even attack and address and dissect this email. She's right, I did not. But let's rewind why I didn't provide the clean bill of health. So I have been talking to this girl for maybe a week or so. No more than 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half. I'm talking to this girl, and she's telling me that I could come see her. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. And she stays in San Pedro. I stay in LA, she stays in San Pedro. So fast forward the time for me to go see her finally comes. So I jump in my car, I'm driving on the 110, headed south to San Pedro. I'm thinking about the yams. She told me I could come get the yams. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm about to go get the yams. So I get to San Pedro, and I call her, and I tell her, I'm in front of her house. So she says, I'm coming outside. I'm like, cool. She's going to come meet me outside and take me to, inside. So I'll park it whatnot. So she comes to my vehicle, and she's like, let's get in the car. So that already threw me off. I'm like, I thought we was going in the house. Like, what is this? Like, I thought We was going to the house. I thought I was gonna smash the yams and get back on the 110 north to LA. Mind you, in San Pedro once again. So I'm already like, what's going on? So she gets in the car, she's talking or whatever, and I'm really not here. I don't remember. I really don't care what she's talking about. I'm like, when we get in the house to get the yams, and I want the yams. That's what this was about. She said I could come over for the yams. So, like I said, she's in the car and she's talking to me, and I'm like, so I finally like, oh, so what's up? When we gonna go in the house? And she's like, oh no, we can't go in the house. We can't go in the house. I'm like, why didn't you tell me this when I drove from LA on the 110 to San Pedro South? Why didn't you tell me that I'm not gonna be able to come in the house? I probably would have came. So she led me to believe that I was gonna be able to come in the house. She did. So I'm like, all right, okay, cool. I can hit the yams in the car. That's even better because once I hit the yams in the car, I can dash her, smash her, and I'm back on the 110. So I'm like, okay, okay, we can't go in the house. What's up though? What's up with the cake? The cake. And she's like, oh, well, and she's hesitant. She didn't initially think of this clean bill of health thing. She later on, I guess, and that's what made me not even consider showing her my clean bill of health, because I already was like, oh, she's on the games. She's with the shenanigans. So, because she didn't immediately say, oh, clean, it seemed like that was something she thought of, like, oh, okay, I can hit him with this. Who really keeps, at this time, I didn't keep a clean bill of health written on me. This was 2013, like I said. So I felt she was playing games. So I wasn't even going to try to get a clean bill of health. I wasn't going to try to go through Kaiser Internet or my Kaiser app or none of that, because I'm already thinking she's playing games. So she's like, oh, well, we can't do nothing if you don't have a clean bill of health. So again, I'm like, okay, I'm irritated, but I still want to finesse a little something to get my yam yam. And when I say yam yam, the oral. So I'm like, well, okay, well, we can't, well, can you suck? And she was like, okay, well, you got a condom? You got protection? And I'm thinking, you about to use protectionist? Nah, that's, in my opinion, in my dating, in my 1000 Bodies podcast, if a woman use protection to give you oral, that's prostitute mode. That's prostitute vibes. That's prostitute energy. So I'm already in the frame of mind like she's with the gangs. First of all, I couldn't. You had me drive out here. You could have told me, oh, while we was talking on the phone, or I wasn't even talking on the phone with her. While we were texting, you could have told me, oh, make sure you bring your clean bill of health. I could have respected that solely. So for her to, in this email, make it seem like she presented this to me and I just didn't have it or refused, that was a toxic narrative switch. That's not what happened. I just was already like, oh, she's playing games. And she even getting further, two things I'm gonna say, even getting further into, she told me she had a boyfriend. So I don't know what was going on with her, but I already immediately was like, okay, she's playing games. Then I will tell you this, on top of all this, it wasn't a major one, but it was a lightweight catfish. It was a tuna. It wasn't a major catfish because I could have worked with it, but it was like posting an old picture. Now, some catfishes are just traumatic and dramatic. This one, it was cool. She just had, gained a little something. Nothing that I could work with, but you really been playing games since the get-go. And furthermore, in this email with this girl who will remain nameless to this day, and it's ironic because she emailed me, this was in 2013. Since then, I've had different accounts on Facebook. I've had accounts on Instagram. I have accounts on TikTok. I even had a prior YouTube channel. And all of them, she's followed me. All of them, she's made comments. She's always, and I don't want to say she's a stalker, but I give you the information. You make the judgment call on what you think is going on. So, also, she sent me sexual videos of her pleasing herself. So, all of this email, like she's like, first of all, it threw me attempt, like I said, it wasn't anything that she said that was not true. It was just the narrative that she was trying to paint, or the picture she was trying to paint. So you know who you are. You've still been following me. You've still been trying to contact me. You've sent me videos of your sexual endeavors with yourself. I don't want to call you a stalker because you probably like the, and that's cool. You probably like my situation, my get down, and that's cool. But you gotta be a woman about your stuff. You gotta be a woman about the situation. Don't. Maybe you wanted to just be on 1,000 Bodies podcast, and you did it. Here's your 5 minutes of fame because I've had accounts that I deleted and whatnot and so on, and she's been following me since. So to insinuate like attempt and I couldn't provide my clean bill of health when you knew that you were playing games from the get go, you must have thought I was an idiot. You must have thought I couldn't read through those games. But that's that, and that's Body Talk with King Gerald Jones, and that's the only email I will be addressing today. So what we're going to do is get right into the body bowl, which you all been waiting for, the body bowl. The body bowl is the 1,000 plus women that I've slept with. Some of these women have good experience, some of these women have bad experience. Some of these women have given me lessons, and some have given me blessings, and not so good cursings, the cursings. So we're gonna pick, and that's what we're gonna do. First Body Bowl, episode 2, person is Green Ticket 452. Green Ticket 452. Green Ticket 452. So, Green Ticket 452. Everybody's not going to have a story to tell. Everybody's not going to, it's just going to be nothing. I mean, there's nothing to say, even with this story. There's no lies to be told. There's no truth to be told. There's no story here. So, that's not going to end the episode, though. We're going to get to somebody. We're going to get to somebody. Let's get to the next name. Should I mix them up? What should I do? Should I shake the bowl? Ooh, that's another green. I'm going to put that back in. We're not picking that one. That's another green. All right, I'm going to close my eyes and all that. Okay. We have Blue Ticket 942. Blue Ticket 942. Blue Ticket 942, let's sit this down. Blue Ticket 942 has a story. 942 has a story. The names will not be mentioned to protect the guilty. She know who she is. Me and her have actually had this conversation after the situation. And I don't remember, I don't think she was, we talked some more, but I still don't think she liked it. So, of course, I'm not going to say your name, but we're going to get into the story. Before we get to the story, I'm going to rate her. I will say we're going to rate face and body. Her face, I want to say a 7.9, but when I think of 7.9, I think of a C. I think of like in school a C, and she's not a C. So I'm going to give her that B. I'm not going to give her a strong B, but she is, I mean, not a high B, but she is a B, like a 8.3. 8.3 in the face. But y'all wonder, well, 8.3, she, and I'm teetering totter, body 8.5. I don't know. Okay, do I have to give the date too to give a disclaimer? Maybe 2000 and, I can't even give you a date. Dang. I'm usually good with the dates. I want to say 2018, 2019. I'm usually good with the date, but I don't know this one. I'll usually be able to pinpoint. So we're gonna go with 2018, back in I haven't seen her face to face in a long time, in that amount of time. So I don't know what her body is like now. But back then, what made me jig, 8.5 on the body. Cool body, stomach was flat, had a little bubble. Only reason she don't get, because I like, okay, let's get this in perspective too. I like thick women. And when I say thick means flat stomach and your legs can be as big as whatever. Your ass can be big. But if you have a flat stomach, that's like preludes to what your body is working with. So I know you got, some people think thick means BBW, and I do have some BBW stories, so don't try to attack me. But in my dating, in my sex, thick means you solid, and BBW means you're bigger, not solid or whatever. So when I say thick, I mean thick. I mean solid. I mean maybe on the verge of athletic. Let's just say flat stomach, and your stomach is going to be pretty loose to your body. So she was slim thick. The bubble was there, the flat stomach was there. I just would have liked it. And the legs is cool. The legs was cool. But I just know there's bigger, there's thicker. So by face 8.23, is that what I said? And body 8.5. And it could be an 8.9. But it's just that I know it's some thicker out there. So she's slim thick. So let's get into the story since I rated her. So I have been talking to her. I met her, I think at the grocery store. I met her at the grocery store. We have been talking for like a week or so, no more than a week. And I'm jibbing and jabbing, and you know she's feeling my G. And when I see G, I mean my gang. She's feeling my G, and maybe a week or so, she has 2 kids. She said her kids were going to be gone with the baby daddy or whatever, and she was like, you could come over. So I'm like, cool, all right. I'm all with the come over. So I get over there. Should I say what hood she's staying? She stays in LA. No, I'm not gonna do that. So I go over to the house or whatever. Cool, you know, whatever, cool. She's looking as good as when I seen her. Cool, pretty little female, you know, brown skin, pretty little female. And we're talking and we're having fun. She's actually cooking. She actually cooks. So she cooked me something or whatever, and I'm eating. Oh, wait, this ties into another story. This actually, I just thought about this right now. She's the one that cooked me I think she brought me 2 or 3 tacos. Mind you, at this time I'm weightlifting, I'm super swole. And she brought me 2 tacos. And I'm like, 2 or 3 tacos or something. I'm like, I think she thinks I'm her little kid or something. But that's not even the point about the taco. The reason why I remember the taco is because I made a post about it. And it was funny because I'm a grown man. Why am I going to eat 3 tacos? I need like 10 of them things. Getting back to the sexual window. So she cooked or whatever. Now it's about to get there. We're talking, we're having a good time, we're vibing. As the youngsters say, we're vibing, the energy is on. We catching a vibe. You know, so she introduced me to the room. She invited me to the room. So we get in the room or whatever, and we about to do our thing. I immediately peel out, because at this time I'm bodied up. And quick side note, Clef note, when I was bodied up and I used to go to a female's house, I immediately used to get naked. I immediately took off my clothes. Like I immediately was ready for the business, because that's what happens when you be on your body. You ain't hesitant. So I used to just peel out easy, real fast, swallow, peel out. You need to see what you're working with. So we get in the room, I peel out or whatever, and she got her little situation on. I think she has a white beater on, white beater panties, no brassiere. And this is where it gets thick and kind of like, this was different for me. This is the first time I experienced what I'm about to tell you. So she goes to her closet and she brings out a box. She brings out the box and she's actually, and I will say she was very tactful, respectful. Like she was like, have you ever, and I hadn't. And I wasn't gonna lie, like, yeah, I'll get it. So she brings out a vibrator that's with the cord, the one where you adjust the speeds or whatever. And she's showing me, and she got the other one that goes in her butt. So she's showing me how to please her with the thing. And another side note. I've noticed a lot of women that, and I would say, if it was something that they did after I slept with them, then I would be like, oh, that's me. Like, hey, you're not pleasing her. But they be having that ready. They be having that geared up before we even, and I could think just off a head, 1, 2, I could think maybe 4 women, they had they situation ready. It made me think like, man, maybe I need to just go purchase me a whole box of vibrators and deal D's and put protection on them, and just because I've seen a lot women are using these. So anyway, this is my first time experiencing it. So back to the story. So she's showing me how to please her or whatever. And she's enjoying it, and she put the thing on her stuff, and she put the thing in her stuff, and she put the things on her stuff. And I'm fascinated, and I actually get aroused from this. And I was like, okay, this is what I think I've never experienced it before, and I'm not opposed to it. And she looked good, so I'm like, okay, I'm with it. I'm with it. And to be honest with you, it's less pressure on me because you already pleased. You're already getting your situation, so it ain't not for me to just roll on over on top and yam, get my yams and not necessarily be out because I'm not even tripping about be out. I'm actually don't kick it. I'm actually thinking of spending the night like I'm not tripping. So long story short, she introduced me to the toy play, and I do my thing. We do our thing. So I roll over, we roll over, and we rest and we sleeping after the situation or whatever. And you thought that was y'all thought that was the high point. As I'm laying there, and I hope she's watching. I don't know if she's laughing, if she's mad or whatever. Uh, we're laying there. I'm in my boxers or whatever, wearing my boxer briefs, and the door opens. The front door opens, and I hear it. I see her like kind of jump up. Do you? I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe it's her baby daddy or whatever, but he already knows the situation. They're not together. It's not the baby daddy. This is a whole nother other man. This is a whole nother other man. Obviously has her keys. She obviously gave this man the key. Walks in the house, walks in the room. I was scoured, my eyes were scoured. I wanted to see, did this man have a gun? Was he with anybody else? In hindsight, on his perspective, that was a very bold move. Even since we're going to go viral, this show is going to blow up, so he's going to hear this. He's going to know who I'm talking about. So I do want to ask you, light-skinned young man, what were you like? Let's say this. So he comes to the room. He said, "Oh, this what you doing? This what you on? I knew something was going on because I've been texting you and calling you, and you haven't picked up." So back to my question to him, like, that was bold. If that was the case, and you probably saw my car in the driveway, you don't know if I have a. I still don't know if he had one or not. He didn't pull nothing. He just said, "Hey." He actually, I don't remember his exact words, but he made it clear that he wasn't tripping off of me. I think he might have said, "Hey, I'm not tripping off of you." So he immediately gets back on her. Of course, he's disrespecting her and said he bought the bed. This man said he bought the bed. He said, "This is what you do in the bed that I bought you." And I'm immediately like putting on, because although he told me at any minute, men, you know this, you could be saying I ain't tripping, but at any minute that fuse could blow. So I'm putting on my socks, my everything, and he again, like I said, he makes sure to tell me he ain't tripping. So she, get out, get the fuck out of my house, get out of my house. What the fuck are you doing? Whatever. You asking him all this, you doing all of this, but you gave him the key. You gave him the key knowing he had the key. You invited me over your house, not even for no quick situation. You had me playing with the toys. That was some long. Did you think that man was out of town or something? This is my question to you. So when you see it, tell me what you was thinking when you invited me over to play with toys and indulge in endeavors, knowing that a whole nother man has your key. So anyway, he leave after they cussing each other out. She telling him to leave, and he leave. He didn't hit her. He disrespected her verbally, but he didn't put his hands on her. And that was also side note. And this is a question that I would ask women and men. As a man, what would you do? Would you defend the girl's honor? Would you turn up on the dude, even though he just said, "Hey, that's not true. I'm still here. I'm still in the situation." He's still disrespecting her. Do you turn up on the dude, or do you just let? And then, as a woman, what do you want to see done? If you're her, do you want the guy who you just played with the toys with to turn up on him, or is he supposed to do what I did? And I don't know if this man had a gun. I don't know if he had the gun in the car. I don't know if he had. And Side note again, I'm sure I've seen him. I'm sure I've seen him. I've seen him before. And I think I've seen him since junior high school. I've seen this man before. And I actually know where he's from. I know I've seen him before. And he looks familiar. I don't know him, but and LA is so small. People think LA, Los Angeles is big. From what I've been doing and what I have stories about dealing with women in the same apartment that didn't know each other, same street, friends, cousins, so on and so forth. Los Angeles is small. People think that it's big, but it's also small, especially the urban and the black community. But even not so just that. LA is so small. So that's one of the reasons why I'm so honest and have been maneuvering with honesty and the truth, because it's only a matter of time before it get out there. Anyway, so that's my story today for 1000 Bodies Podcast. I was glad to go live to give y'all that story. We're going to be live every Wednesday, every hump day at 6 o'clock. I'm going to give you a live story out the body bowl. Some stories aren't going to be good, some are going to be bad, and some are just not going to be nothing to tell. But thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and follow on all platforms. That includes TikTok, that includes Instagram, that includes YouTube, that includes Twitch, that includes just type in 1000 Bodies Podcast on any social site and you should see it. So that concludes our episode for today. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think. Make sure you guys write in, ask questions, whether it be DM, inbox, and I'll read them in Body Talk, and we'll talk about it. Thank you.